Wait, Mr. Brinkline.
This is David Denby, and for this week's magazine, I've written a piece on Joan Crawford, the redoubtable, slightly unbearable movie star who had one of the longest and greatest careers in movies. She was insistent, sometimes misery-loving, and yet there's something touching and moving about her as a hard-fighting woman in the 20th century.
Don't you like dancing?
No, not with strangers.
Never?
Never.
Thanks very much.
So here she is early on, at her most likable, in 1932, in the all-star MGM production Grand Hotel. And in the scene that we're looking at, she's flirting without much hope with John Barrymore's nobleman. Her shoulders, which were quite extraordinarily broad and squared off. She uses them as a kind of shield and also a fence to look over at Barrymore, and also notice the enormous eyes, which seem to leap at happiness.
We'll, dance.
All right. We'll dance.
Everywhere you went, I had a restaurant. They made money. Everything I touched turned into money, and I needed it.
When she got to Warner Brothers in the early 40s, she started making movies that were really much better for her than her work at MGM. They were much more within her range, playing sort of hard-bitten women who had to struggle through unhappiness to gain something. And then along came Mildred Pierce. The performance won her an Oscar. Here is mid-period Crawford at her forceful best, plain in manner, expressing what she had always felt, that a woman had to work harder than a man to get anywhere and might get shafted in the end anyway.
You look down on me because I work for a living, don't you? You always have. All right, I work. I cook food and sell it and make a profit on it, which I might point out you're not too proud to share with me.
Yes, I take money from you, Mildred, but not enough to make me like kitchens or cooks. They smell of grease.
I don't notice you shrinking away from a $50 bill because it happens to smell of grease.
Take it easy now.
There's no point in going on like this. You're interfering with my life and my business. Come and get me, Mr. McIvers.
We don't want no shooting, Vienna.
I'm not coming peaceably, Marshal.
Here she is in perhaps the best movie from this later period, Johnny Guitar, Nicholas Ray's impassioned, beautiful, very strange Western from 1954. Crawford is about 48. And she's playing a character who runs a saloon, and as you can see, looks good in a gun belt.
You all know it.
When Francois Truffaut saw this movie, he was stunned. And he wrote as follows in a film magazine in France: "She is beyond consideration of beauty. She has become unreal, a fantasy of herself. Whiteness has invaded her eyes. Muscles have taken over her face, a will of iron behind a face of steel. She is a phenomenon. She is becoming more manly as she grows older. Her clipped, tense acting, pushed almost to paroxysm by Ray, is in itself a strange and fascinating spectacle."
We don't want you here. You don't own the earth. Not this part of it.
You stay and you'll keep only enough of it to bury you in.
I intend to be buried here. In the 20th century.